let's do this prestigious match reaction. All right, welcome to this live stream, FBI Bob Football Channel, bringing you a superb live stream. And what a way to enjoy this moment. How many of us are joining? It was Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 1. Between last season and now, Aston Villa has done us a lot of strong things. So sad. 2-1 away win they did to us last season. Towards the end of the season. Then at Stamford Bridge in December, they wiped us another 2-1. So today, the match started with another 1-0 at 2 minutes. And everybody is wondering what's going on. If you're just joining, this is FBI Bob Football Channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hello, who is there with me? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, Michael Carrick has just lost his first game. We are not here to mock them. I watched a bit of the game, and then when Newcastle scored the second goal, I watched it. And from what Man United is playing, in fact, Man United is playing that brand of football they played under Alex Ferguson. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a shame Man United is losing this match again in this manner with a red card. Newcastle scored after they were red carded, and then Casemiro equalized, and then they kept fighting. In fact, the way Newcastle was playing, they were not even playing like a team with a red card. But again, sometimes when a team has a red card, it puts that fresh energy in them to start fighting really seriously, and they were able to take advantage of it, knowing that they lost a match very shamefully. It was a way of slipping away 3 points to Everton at home in their last game. So to see that they won this game was something they've looked up to, and it was a big fight, and they well-deserved win. They are coming to Stamford Bridge in their next Premier League game against Chelsea. So let's see what's going to happen. All right. So at the moment, Newcastle is where are they on the table? I'm still trying to have a look. But meanwhile, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. This is FBI Bob Football Channel. We've also got our sister channel, which is the Royal Lord of Chelsea. If you look through my videos, you see the collaboration between the FBI Bob Football Channel and the Royal Lord of Chelsea. The Royal Lord of Chelsea is there to bring you Chelsea content. I'm supposed to be running this live on that channel, but because of some YouTube restriction at the moment, because I've not met the threshold for me to start running live there. So, but anyway, make sure you subscribe here and subscribe on that as well. Yeah, so Joao Pedro is the game changer today. In fact, he has always been. 14 Premier League goals currently, hat-trick, first hat-trick for Chelsea, first hat-trick in Premier League, first hat-trick in England. Fantastic performance. Looking at the first goal down to I'm going to give a tactical breakdown of everything. So make sure you stay with me. Tactical breakdown. Make sure you stay with me. Hello, everybody. I can see you all. Oh, I say hi. Yeah, hi. Let me start. Acknowledging everybody. The blue fast official. But anyway, the blue. I know this guy must be a Chelsea fan. Hello. Make sure you subscribe. That's why you're here. Who is there? Oh yeah. In drama you are Maja. I don't know what that means, but anyway, thank you for joining. Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. I've done some lives already. I'm still trying to upgrade my system just to give you a better life. We'll keep getting better on this, so don't worry. I'll be there to bring you the best stuff as time goes on. All right. So I watched the game, the most part of the game actually, and a well spotted, move from Enzo Fernandez straight to Gusto, and Gusto was there to give the first assist to Joao Pedro, who put it behind the net, near post, and it was 1-1. After Aston Villa had already scored 2 minutes lead, and then wondering what is happening to us. Are we able to meet up with this? Are we able to make it? But again, Chelsea had the domination from beginning to the end, so it was a tactical lockup from the Chelsea side today. Rosinho, a great deal of performance. Since he started with Chelsea, he has lost 3 matches. All 3 matches were against Arsenal. So no regret about that. We know this position of Arsenal at the moment. Arsenal won their game against Brighton 1-0. Nottingham Forest and Manchester City played a draw. That's a big disappointment, I must say. So 2-2 draw at the Etihad, and then I was wondering what was going on. What was going on in the mind of the Man City players, because as it stands now, Arsenal is 7 points clear on the table, right? So even if they lose to Man City in their Man City Arsenal game that is coming up at the Etihad, and everybody wins their game normally, they should be able to win the league. So Man City slipping away 2 points has given Arsenal a double advantage, even with the game in hand. So let's assume Man City wins their next game, they will close up with 5 points or 4 points gap. So and then 5 points. So and then if Man City probably wins Arsenal in the Arsenal Man City game, Arsenal still has the advantage of 2 points and then to win the league. So let's see how it goes. Anything is possible, but the fight for top 4 is real, and that is where Chelsea is at the moment. I'm still talking about the game between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Hello everybody, welcome back to my live show, my live stream. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Okay. All right. How are we all doing? It was 4-1 fantastic win for Chelsea at the Villa Park Stadium. I believe those who went there to watch the match before the end of the game, they were already emptying the stadium. But what do you have to say about that? Just drop your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to get engaged on our pages. Okay? All right. Who is there with me? Who is there with me? You see, all the game, it was 5 goals trailer at the Villa Park Stadium. Okay. And Douglas Luiz, 2 minutes ago, was, going to break us into pieces today. But I'm glad that at least in a long time, Chelsea has not panicked, or has in a long time, and after a long time rather, that Chelsea has not panicked conceding a goal, because whenever we concede like this, it put us in a panic mode. But the guys regrouped themselves, stood their ground, and everything kept going from normally. 2 minutes, Douglas Luiz gave them advantage, and they're sitting comfortably with 54 points until 35 minutes when Enzo Fernandez spotted Gusto, and Gusto kept his onside position very perfectly, got the ball, gave the assist to Joao Pedro. It was 1-1. Then at 45 minutes, 45 plus 6 minutes, that is 51 minutes now, it was another fantastic assist from Enzo Fernandez to Joao Pedro. Hey, Charlie is here again. How are you doing? You've not told me whether you're a Chelsea fan. Hello, yeah. Hello, David Charlie Davidson. How are you? Are you okay? Did you watch the game? Aston Villa Chelsea. Did you watch the game? That's where we're just coming from. That's a fantastic 4-1 win to Chelsea. So I'm just doing a tactical breakdown of what happened in the game. So first goal for Chelsea from Joao Pedro. The second goal again, assist from Enzo Fernandez this time. Sneak assist, nearly going to be offside. But before then, Oli Watkins scored a goal with a counter attack that yeah, I'm good, thanks. So with the counter attack that Oli Watkins scored, but luckily for Chelsea, he was just a fraction into offside, and that was ruled offside. So second goal for Chelsea before halftime. Good assist from Enzo Fernandez to Joao Pedro. Martinez thought he was going to go low, spread his leg, and Joao Pedro, as he usually does, put it over the goalkeeper, and it was 2-1 for Chelsea. And then it was halftime, so Chelsea was comfortable. You know, I did a video in the Real Lord of Chelsea during that halftime. You can have a look on that channel, and I was just predicting: is it going to be a win for us, or what's going to be the outcome at the second half? So, but we're glad we got the win. And then the second half started. It was a fire from Cole Palmer. You know, at least the game drought has ended for now. So kudos to everyone for this great performance. Cole Palmer fired in the shots after a rebound from Martinez, and it was 3-1. Ice Cold did it again. Oh yeah, man, I'm good, man. How are you? I'm good too. Where have you been? Sorry, I've not done some live in a couple of days because I've been quite busy. But I'm here again. At least we're excited that Chelsea won. We've not been happy in the past days, but at the same time, it's not a surprise that Chelsea loses to Arsenal. All right, Arsenal is the best team in Europe now. So whether you're a Chelsea fan or you are an Arsenal fan, any fan you are, it's important to accept this truth. So it's their time to shine. So it's Arsenal's time. All right, it's Arsenal's time. So I believe they deserve it. And at this point, I will say congratulations to Arsenal, because Manchester City played the 2-2 draw with Nottingham Forest. You know, all the teams in the relegation zone. Look at how Liverpool lost to Wolves yesterday, 2-1. Because all those guys in the relegation zone, they are just troublesome. They did it to Arsenal, playing 2-2. Did it to Liverpool. In fact, I will now consider it as Chelsea was lucky that they didn't succeed in doing that to Chelsea, because it would have been another story added to their own record. Okay, and then to cap it off with Joao Pedro third goal, first Premier League hat-trick, 4-1 Chelsea. It was Garnacho. In fact, Cole Palmer that spotted Garnacho. Threw the long pass from the right wing to the left wing for Garnacho to run with the ball, and Garnacho ran, and Joao Pedro was also there to keep the onside position by not running over ahead of Garnacho, and that was 4-1. First hat-trick for the young man. So it's a good career progression for Joao Pedro, all the way from Brighton to Chelsea. 14 Premier League goals already in the season, and I'm glad for him, to be honest. I'm glad for him. And since Ronaldinho joined Chelsea, this guy has taken his game to the next level. You know, looking at the match start, you see that everybody did well. You know, everybody did well. Everybody did well. In fact, surprisingly, Garnacho, I think keeping Garnacho on the bench has really helped him, at least to reset his brain a bit, because if Pedro Neto was not on record, he would have started. But he has seen that, Ronaldinho is not having me on the priority list, so I need to do something to bring myself back into play. But this was an opportunity for him to step up and to prove himself, and he did that greatly today. He nearly got an equalizer against Arsenal, but unfortunately that didn't come. So, you want to say goodbye? Okay, no problem. See you in my next live stream, and make sure you watch my videos. Make sure you subscribe, share, so that your friends can also subscribe. Okay. All right. So Premier League table at the moment: 2-1 Newcastle, who scored 2 goals after red card. This is the second time Man United is losing a game to a team with a red card, scoring them after their red cards. It happened against Everton. Everton picked a red card and they scored Man United, and that was how the game ended. I think that was one of the last games Man United played under Ruben Amorim before he was sacked. Again, that is happening. Red card. The red card came at 45 minutes plus 1. That's 46 minutes. And And Newcastle scored with a penalty from Anthony Gordon at 51 minutes. Then Casemiro equalized at 54th minute. Then on the 90th minute, Osula gave Newcastle a win. It was a thunder win for Newcastle, to be honest, because you can see how the whole stadium was vibrating. I keep saying this thing that St. James's Park is a place you don't want to go and play football because the power of home advantage is so strong at St. James's Park. In fact, the strength of home advantage is so strong at St. James's Park that you don't want to go there and play football. All right. So they've taken advantage of their environment and they really beat Man United. So looking at the table currently, still Arsenal on top of the table, 67 points. Man City 60 points after 29 games, the game in hand. So let's assume Man City wins their game 30. They will be on 63 points, while Arsenal on 30 will be on 67 points. Right? So that's 4 points gap now. So let's assume PSTQ5GH. Hello, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I can see you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you subscribe. I've got to bring you a lot of live streams, especially post-match reactions. And sometimes, if it's convenient for me, I'll also bring you watch-along reaction during live matches. Okay, so I'm actually talking about the Chelsea 4-1 win with Joao Pedro having his first Premier League hat-trick. So that's fantastic. That's a sensational moment for the young lad. Everybody did well. And if you look at the match stats, you realize that everybody was on point, including Garnacho. I was a bit worried when the substitution came that Tosi was coming in. I was like, I hope Chelsea is not going to concede again with these substitutions that is coming up. But anyway, that was a good one. So let me run through the players' stats. All right. I'm sure everyone watching this live is going to be interested in this. Are you ready for that? Okay, so Aston Villa was the one at home, so we'll start with them. All right. So Emi Martinez 3.0 match start performance, Martin Cash 3.0, Konsa 2.5, Minks 2.6, Ian Maston, former Chelsea player who now plays as a left back for Aston Villa, 2.8. Onana in the midfield, alongside Douglas Luiz, 3.0. Douglas Luiz 3.6. I believe it's because he gave them the goal earlier. Then Liam Bailey 3.0, Morgan Rogers 3.1, then Bundia 3.0, then Oli Watkins 3.0. All right, so that's Aston Villa stats. Then on the side of Chelsea is Jorgensen, Philippe Jorgensen, 4.1 match start for Jorgensen. So I think Jorgensen had a very good game today. Hodge, will you shout out to my friends? Jordan, sorry, big fan. It's his birthday. Oh, your friend Jordan Sole, happy birthday, man. Many happy returns. Can we say happy birthday to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I wish I can throw some birthday emoji. All right, so birthday shout out to Jordan. I hope he's a Chelsea fan. If he's a Chelsea fan, then maybe I would, in the next video, in the next birthday, I will ask for his address. We will throw a birthday present to him. But even if he's not a Chelsea fan, we wish you a lovely birthday. And such a birthday is happening when we have won a game like this. So it's a good one. All right. Oh, Topman, he's a Liverpool fan. Oh, Liverpool. Okay. Merseyside is just next door to me. So if you're in an environment where, in a club where people fan, then probably you should support them as well. But anyway, happy birthday to him. Send my shout out. Tell him to subscribe to FBI Ball Football channel, because sometimes I also do some videos about Liverpool FC. I've done some videos where I've celebrated Liverpool. Even last season when they won the league, I've done some videos when they won the league. how in my neighborhood everybody was showing Liverpool banner, and I did some videos celebrating Liverpool. So whenever any team is succeeding, just like Arsenal that we're celebrating them now, we do the same thing. So we celebrated Liverpool before, even though we throw banter sometimes. So send my birthday message to him and tell him to subscribe. And you too, make sure you subscribe. Vincent PFP, make sure you subscribe as well. Okay. All right. I'm sure everybody is enjoying this moment. So let me go through the match start of each player for Chelsea. I'm already done with Aston Villa. It was a 4-1 win to Chelsea, in case you are just joining. And we are doing some tactical breakdown and analysis. All right. Okay. Okay, before I proceed, the substitute for Aston Villa were Ross Barkley, a former Chelsea player, Tammy Abraham, a former Chelsea player, then Jadon Sancho was on loan at Chelsea. Oh, what's going on? Everybody Chelsea former players. Was on loan at Chelsea, was convinced to stay, but because of wage structure, he refused. And off he went to Man United, and again, Man United sent him on loan to Aston Villa. All right, so then Alisson. So Alisson 2.7, Bogard for Aston Villa 2.5, Sancho 3.0, Tammy Abraham 3.0, Ross Barkley 2.8. Okay, so again, Jorgensen has a match start of 4.1, so that's fantastic. So just like I said, I think Jorgensen had a good game. No blame onto him for the goal that Aston Villa scored. So that's a good one. You're a Hato 4.0. That's a good one from Hato, to be honest. And all the while that he came, he has not really performed so well, though he has scored 1 or 2 goals in some games he played. And now that Kukurea is a little bit having fitness issue or injury, so it's important for Hato to start stepping up to prove himself. And the last against Arsenal, he did quite well. It was him, Chalobah, and Mahmoud Sarr, and then Reece James on the right back. So they did fairly okay. And I believe that going forward, there will be opportunities like this for him to keep performing. So Trevor Chalobah 4.2, he did a lot of clearance today, which was good. Wesley Fofana 4.1, fantastic. Welcome back from the red card. I think he was nearly going to have injury. I don't know, but anyway, he was substituted, and Tosin came on board at that point. Gusto 4.2, the man who delivered the fantastic assist for Joao Pedro to score the first goal for Chelsea. So 4.2 match start for Gusto. That's fantastic. So moving on to the midfield, you have Caicedo and Reece James in the defensive midfield. So I think this is the formation that Rosinho should have used against Arsenal. Probably it would have strengthened us in the midfield a little bit, so that Gusto would have played alongside Reece James, and they can switch. After all, both of them can play the midfield, and both of them can play the right back. So, but it is what it is. That's already gone. So Caicedo 4.7. That's the biggest match start for Chelsea. 4.7 for Caicedo, who was there doing his thing, distribution wise and all that. You can see also tried it in distribution, but in terms of distribution, I think I give it to Sanchez. But anyway, being the second goalkeeper, and looking at the fact that Rosinho summoned the courage to bring in Jorgensen today is a big one. It's a big one. At least Jorgensen has to test for a big game as such is quite important. So kudos to Jorgensen for that performance, and I believe it will also help Robert Sanchez to also settle down a little bit from the few mistakes he made against Arsenal. So a lot of people are calling out Sanchez that anytime he missed Arsenal, he's always not performing well and giving Arsenal easy goals and all that. Well, as we all know, Arsenal is known for the set piece, whatever. And again, the set piece tend to work against them sometimes. So that's it. So I believe Sanchez also needs a little bit of time to rest. So whatever being the case, Jorgensen was the man of the day in the post. All right. So Reece James 4.4 match starts. That was a good one, holding down the ball and protecting the team right in the midfield. Then moving on to the wings and the front line. Number 10, we have Enzo Fernandez, who had 4.4. always spotting on the right side for Gusto, who was running over there, collecting the ball and giving assist. And then Cole Palmer on the right side, 4.4, scoring that banker goal, a rebound from what's his name? Martinez, and he fired in the shots, and it was 3-1 for Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho, the left winger today, 4.2. I think this is the first highest match stats Garnacho is having under Chelsea. Been in Chelsea. So again, this was an opportunity for him to come on and prove himself, knowing that on that left wing there was nobody. Estevao is still injured, has not recovered yet. Pedro Neto is not available, obviously, as we know. So another opportunity to prove himself. So having done this, so I believe he's bringing himself into the good book of Liam Rosinio, because Liam Rosinio came and started benching him, which is what everybody has been crying for. So again, coming from the bench is something I believe Garnacho does better. So some players are good at coming from the bench and they are winning matches. Just like in the case of Benjamin Sesko for Man United, for example, he has been coming from bench and winning matches for Man United, and everybody was like, start him. Okay, he started against, in the last game, who did they even play? That they won, Crystal Palace, that they won 2-1 on red cards for Crystal Palace, and he was the big man of the day. But today, starting Sesko did not really work, because I believe playing Amad Diallo is starting him is better. I think Amad Diallo plays better on that right wing than Bomo. Bomo is a better front man than the right wing, but I don't know. So if starting Sesko from the bench is what gives Man United the result, then why not? I've made analysis about Edin Dzeko of Man City those days, when he came from bench to give Man City about 9 goals of the season. So some players are good at that. If play from the bench is where your strength is to deliver for your team, then let it be. Because if you go otherwise and doing that, it has implication of benching an important player, which I don't think is a fair thing to do. Then moving on to the attack, the man of the day, my man of the match, I would say, Joao Pedro, hat-trick, first hat-trick of Joao Pedro, first Premier League hat-trick for him, and it was 4-1 Chelsea. 4.6. So that's the second highest match stat of today. All right, so everybody had 4 point plus, so which is fantastic. Aston Villa nobody should underrate Aston Villa, because they are one of the top teams now. They played Champions League last season when Chelsea was not in Champions League, and this season they are also one of the big contenders of top 4. So no team is an underdog. Look at what Burnley did to us. Look at what Leeds did to us. Look at what they are doing to other teams. Look at what Wolves is doing to everybody. Arsenal, Liverpool, winning them and drawing them. If they draw against Arsenal, Arteta's reaction, in fact, Arteta nearly fell on the pitch. And it is crazy. So no underdog in Premier League. So whoever you meet and you win is a big win. That's the honest truth. All right. So what next are we going to talk about? So let's look at the matches of this midweek. Okay. So the matches of the midweek, this is week 30. Okay, week 30 for Arsenal and week 30 for Wolves. Yes. Then week 29 for every other person apart from Crystal Palace and Tottenham, all right, who have got their own games to be played tomorrow. So going by week 29 and week 30 respectively, so far we've got this breakdown of Everton leading 2-0 at Burnley. Everton won yesterday at Burnley, and after winning Newcastle. So Everton has been doing really well. Dewsbury Hall being their best player so far. I'm happy for Dewsbury Hall, to be honest, because it was the reason he left Chelsea, not because Chelsea was a bad club, but staying in Chelsea means that he's not going to be starting games, and that will kill him a bit. So I'm happy he's there and he's performing fantastically well. Ndiaye, that's Aston Villa, sorry, Everton's winger, is someone who is in the prospect of being signed by a big club this coming season. And I'm hoping that Chelsea should take advantage of this as well, so that we don't run out of opportunity of signing a good player for next season. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So again, it was 2-0 to Everton against Burnley yesterday. And then coming down to Bournemouth versus Brentford, it was a new draw. Sunderland versus Leeds. Sunderland went to Leeds and grabbed 3 points with a 1-0 win. The men from Stadium of Light went to Leeds to collect 3 points. That was a big one. Then, as we all know already, Wolves 2, Liverpool 1. And Liverpool fans have been crying since yesterday. Like, it's over. It's over. From time immemorial, this season, it has been over already for Liverpool. So probably it's top 4 they are fighting for. But my own is Aston Villa does not have any business being in that top 4. I'm not being sarcastic here, but let the big boys have the finesse of Premier League. Okay, so who is going to be pushed down from the top 4? If you predict Chelsea, I'll come for you. So Chelsea has to be there alongside Arsenal and Man City. So who is going to be the 4th person? Probably Man United. So if the big boys are there, then the small boys should step down. Probably will leave Liverpool at the Europa League. But if Liverpool is not serious, Aston Villa is also there to perform. Okay. All right. So today it was 1-0 Arsenal win against Brighton. So it was a away win for Arsenal. A goal from Bukayo Saka, giving Arsenal a 1-0 win. All right. And Man City playing 2-2 draw. This is another shocking moment, and I don't know what Guardiola will be telling his players right now. I don't know what they're going to do, but anyway, that's a big advantage for us now. So I believe Arsenal should make good use of this kind of opportunity. Fulham 0, West Ham 1. London derby of the night, and West Ham has, technically worked hard to get themselves out of the relegation zone. Okay, and before I go to the table, let me just finish the match news of the day. All right, so Fulham 0 as West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4. We've already done the tactical analysis. And then red carded Newcastle 2, Man United 1. Another big disappointment for Man United. But that's the first loss for Michael Carrick. So kudos to Michael Carrick, playing the best brand of football in Man United in donkey's years. All right. So my only problem with Man United is why is the team with a red card winning you guys? That doesn't make sense to me. A team with a red card should be buried by the quality of the football you are playing right now. So it doesn't. It's not a good sight. It's not a good scene at all. So it's better you even draw. And looking at how Newcastle was playing, they played with so much confidence to make sure they get the win, and they got it. All right, they got it. So congratulations to Newcastle on that. But again, St. Jesse's Park is that place you don't want to go and play football. All right, so looking at the table right now, at the bottom of the table, 29 games played by West Ham, who is on 18th position. 29 games played by Burnley, 19th position. And 20th position is Wolves, who has played 30 games, who have won 3 matches so far. And as it is now, after 29 games each, Nottingham Forest and West Ham are on the same point, 28 points. This is going to be interesting to see. But the goal difference is West Ham is -19, Nottingham Forest is -15. So this relegation thing is still very open, and anybody can still fall into it. So on the top five, of course, Arsenal 67 points, Man City 60, Man United 51, Aston Villa 51, Chelsea in fifth position at the moment with 48 points, Liverpool in sixth also with 48 points. But goal difference here, Chelsea has goal difference of 19, Liverpool having 9, Aston Villa 5, then Man United having goal difference of 11. So after Arsenal and Man City, I think Chelsea is the next with the top goal difference. This is where it matters a lot, because if for any reason we keep running on the same point till the last day, goal difference might save the day for us. But anyway, I still believe Aston Villa is going to drop points, because you need to lead the top four for the big boys to sit up there. All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Who are those watching? Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining this live. And we look forward to bring you a lot more updates like this: match breakdown, post-match reaction, post-match reviews. That's what we're here to bring for you. So in the next fixtures, Burnley, Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brighton, Chelsea, Newcastle. That is going to be another mad moment. Arsenal, Everton, West Ham, Man City, Newcastle, Leeds, Man United, Aston Villa. Again, two teams that lost this game are going to be facing each other. Man United lost, Aston Villa lost, and this is happening at Old Trafford. So just like Chelsea lost to Arsenal and Aston Villa lost last weekend. Who did they even lose to? They lost to Wolves 2-0 at the same Melinos. So having lost again, everybody wants to sit up and fight with their last blood. But let's see. I hope Chelsea grab the 3 points at Stamford Bridge. So keep moving forward. Drop a pin in the comment section. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. We are here to bring you a lot updates. All right. So in case you are just joining, I've just been talking about Chelsea Aston Villa game, and make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, so you get quick updates. Okay. We'll be leaving very soon. All right. This win, so this win was so important for Chelsea. The Umuna of Southampton, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. As many who are joining, make sure you get engaged quickly. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe. That's very important. And in case you did not get most of the things after this live, you can still watch the video. Just go and watch the video and you'll get the full gist. All right. Thank you once again for coming. Do really appreciate. I'm going to be bringing you more live very soon, and to keep you updated. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time here. See you in my next post, and bye.